Hello, hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Happy Healers Brigade series of live events. And today we will be talking or exploring all about the power of visualization and how we can incorporate that into our healing journey to make what we want more possible, but also to make our journey there more enjoyable. Because if we focus on where we're going and what we want, we just tend to feel better rather than getting stuck maybe in where you are or where you've come from. So today I'll do the usual format, which will be we'll do a grounding exercise where we can just connect and get present with where we are right now. And I'll just bring my microphone a little bit nearer. So I've got a microphone now. And then we'll have a little bit of a discussion. So I'll talk a little bit about visualization, about my experiences and how we can best use visualization on our healing. If you, Irina, want to jump in with your experiences or any questions, or anybody else that comes in, or anybody else that's on Facebook who wants to message, I will ask Chigo to keep an eye out on Facebook, and if there's any messages, then let me know, and we will try and answer them as we're living through the process. But to start with, we're in the middle of the week, already Wednesday, towards the end of August. It's time is moving on very rapidly. So this is an opportunity to just take a pause, take a breath, and allow these next 5-10 minutes just to be what they are. So if it is safe to do so, I invite you to close your eyes. Obviously, if it's not safe to do so, then you can still take a moment and take some breathing and just allow yourself some space to calm and be still. So take a deep breath in, and then gently and deliberately release your breath. And even in just one breath, you can immediately feel your whole body just calming right down. Take another big deep breath in and just notice how the air is moving through your nostrils, how it is filling up your body. There's no judgment. You're not trying to force it. You're just noticing it and slowing it down a little bit. And what you'll find is just by noticing the breath, it automatically slows down. We become more mindful. When we become more mindful, we become more present. And when we become more present, our body knows that it is safe. Because when we're breathing fast, we're always on the go, we're always rushing from one thing to another. Our body's in that constant state of fight or flight. So by taking a few conscious breaths, we're telling our body that it's safe. It's safe to just be. It is safe for our systems within our body to start doing what they're meant to be doing, instead of always looking for the next thing to be frightened of and the next fear. Just allow that breath to be. Feel the earth beneath you, and where your body is connected nearest to the earth. It doesn't matter if you're in a house or even in a high block of flats, you're still connected to the earth. Consciously feel that connection through your feet, through your pelvis, through your seated area, through your back. Allow the energy of the earth to come up through your chakras, starting with your root chakra at the base of your spine. Then up into your sacral chakra, your belly, and your solar plexus, right in the middle of your spine. Then up into your heart. Just take a moment and notice how your breath is connecting to your heart. Feel your heart within your body. And bring your awareness up to your throat chakra. And then up to your third eye, the center of your forehead, between your eyes. And imagine the energy of the earth coming all the way up through your crown chakra at the top of your head, connecting us all in this wonderful universe where we are all as one. I heard a really interesting analogy the other day. When you think about us all being one, and it talked about if you were making some cookie dough and you mixed it together with the chocolate chips and all the various ingredients and maybe some nuts and raisins and whatever else you like in your cookies. And then you separate out the cookie dough into little individual cookies. And as hard as you try, you can never make each cookie quite the same, because some might have a little bit more sugar in, some might have one extra chocolate chip, some might have an extra bit of chops of nuts. They're all going to be slightly different. Some might be a little bit thicker, some might be a little bit thinner. And maybe at some point these cookies become aware that they're different. Oh, you've got more chocolate chips than me. You've got more nuts than I have. But yet, a few moments ago, they were all one. And maybe that's the same with us as well. We come from the same source. We're all one. And then we separate out into individuals. And we start judging ourselves compared to other people. Yet everyone is individual, just like every leaf on the tree looks different. Every blade of grass looks different. Yet for some reason, he's coming in.
What'd you say?
I didn't say anything, Carol.
Yes, you did. What did you say?
Let me just can't see. Carol, let me just mute you, my lovely. So we are all different, yet we all come from one. Just breathe that through. Know that your beautiful individualness is part of your experience. Breathe in through your own unique body, through your own unique nose, into your own unique lungs, and fill up your own unique body. And give yourself a little bit of appreciation and wonder actually you've been created for this oneness. You are a beautiful, beautiful part of the oneness. And just allow yourself to be uniquely and perfectly you. And connect back into your heart again. Know that your heart knows, especially when you can get into this nice, calm place where you're connected with the oneness. You're connected to the universe. You're connected to Source, God, whatever you want to call it. But that connection piece that just reminds us that while we might be experiencing challenges, we have got the abilities and the support to actually manage those challenges. And by coming together in little circles like this one, you can just be reminded that actually all is well. We are on the right path and we are supported. Bring your awareness back into your breath and notice if it's different to when we first started this exercise or the same. Just notice. There's no judgment, there's no right or wrong. Just bring in an extra piece of appreciation that actually it doesn't matter how deeply we breathe or how fast we breathe or how slow we breathe, there is always enough breath for us. There's always enough air for us to breathe because we do live in an abundant universe. And sometimes it doesn't feel like that. But actually, when we consider what it is to breathe, and we're never lacking in air to breathe, there's always more. And that can just remind us, if you're ever feeling in lack, if you're ever feeling in fear of not having enough, just bring your awareness to your breath and just notice. It doesn't matter how deeply you breathe, there's always enough air to breathe in. As you breathe out, you've changed the chemicalness, I think that's the word, of the air, so we can support each other with the plant life that we've got on this earth. It's incredible, isn't it, really, when we think about it? And of course, most of the time we don't think about it. We're just busy breathing without any consciousness at all. If I bring into awareness to your breath, it not only gives us gratitude to our bodies and how that works, but also the wonderful planet that we're living on and how everything coexists and how we all support each other. So with that pleasant acknowledgement of life, I invite you to put a little bit of movement into your fingers and your toes, give them a little wiggle into your hands and your feet, your wrists and your ankles. your arms and your legs, your waist and your bottom and chest. Oh, just give yourself a nice stretch, and thank you. A nice bit of hug, maybe. So, thank you very much. That was quite lovely. So today is all about visualization. Well, visualization is an interesting thing because it comes from our minds, it comes from our imagination. And there are certain schools of thought that believe that actually our imagination is where sort of God exists, is where the source energy can really take shape, and we can co-create with the universe and decide what we want in our life. And how does that come about? It comes about from our own life experiences, but it also comes about from what we've read and what we've heard from other people, and little bits of inspiration. You might have come up with things when you're meditating and when you're dreaming, even from films and books. And there's such a variety of sources of inspiration that can move you forward and actually what you want in life. But it's very easy to get stuck in where you are right now. And so for me, for example, it's getting out of bed in the morning. I'm reminded straight away that my legs are heavy, they're not working very well. It brings me right down with a chunk of, yes, we're not quite where we want to be. And sometimes it's easier than other times to take myself from the place of, this is where I am, to, yay, this is where I want to be. And that takes practice, and it is a practice. And I think that's where meditation comes in, that's where conscious visualization comes in. So I'm going to share with you a couple of visualization tools that I use to keep me looking towards where I want to be going. Because if we're focused on where we don't want to be going, and we're focused on what we're scared about, and we're focused on maybe where we are right now, it can keep us very stuck. And again, I heard another analogy recently around driving. And if you're driving a car and you're focused on, I don't want to hit the car, I don't want to hit the parked cars, I don't want to hit the parked cars, then that's where your focus is going, and you're more likely to hit the parked cars. So what you want to be doing is focusing on the road ahead, the nice clear road ahead, so you're actually going where you focus. So ask yourself, what are you focusing on? And a good idea of what you're focusing on, you'll know without necessarily any conscious asking yourself. You can ask yourself the question, what am I focusing on right now? But you'll be able to tell by the way you feel. Because if you are focused on where you want to be going, and that future looks bright and clear and energized and healthy and loving, then you're going to feel good. But if you're focused on somewhere where you don't want to be, or maybe a fear that's come in, then you're going to be feeling what's classed as a negative emotion. You're going to be feeling in fear. You're going to be feeling a low vibration. And it's been quite interesting recently for me. I've come back from holiday, so I had a bit of a low ebb on Sunday, post-holiday blues, I guess, a little bit. And then I managed to bring myself up again on Monday. Yesterday was a real struggle. And I don't know whether that had something to do with we've got a big full supermoon going on at the moment as well. There's a lot within, but there's also a lot, we are all connected to the energies of the universe. And that's not just here on this planet Earth, but it's the stars and the planets are all doing their amazing stuff. I saw, when I was on holiday, I saw my first shooting star, and I've never actually seen a natural real shooting star. So yeah, so it's really exciting. I saw two. I know there was a whole meteor shower apparently, but I wasn't looking in the sky that day, so I only saw two, but I still saw two. Remember to keep yourself hydrated. That was another thing that came up, is always coming up. Actually keep your body as hydrated and as healthy as you can be, because then it's easier to stay focused on where you want to be going and not get stuck on either where you are and where you want to be. So I will share with you some ideas of actually how you can visualize the future that you want. And I know, Irina, you work visualization, and anybody else watching this, then let me know how you use visualization to improve your world, really, and get you moving towards where you want to be going. I'll always start with journaling. I love journaling, and you can get some real insights just by writing it down. So just a simple question about, what is it that I really want in life? And you can do something like the Wheel of Life exercise, which is something you've not come across before. Let me know, and I can share with you that exercise that enables you to look at all the different aspects of your life and consider not only where you are now, but actually where you want to be. So where you want to be spiritually, where you want to be health-wise, where you want to be with your way of contributing and making money in the world, where you want to be in your purpose and what you are doing. So there's lots of different elements. And what is it to you that would make your life feel abundant, fulfilling, full of joy? What would it? What's it missing right now that you feel would benefit you and help you enjoy life more? And then you can get thinking a little bit deeper. So what is actually stopping me from feeling that right now? So it might be, for example, that, I don't know, you feel like you haven't got enough money. So there's not enough money in the bank. And that, money is a real energetic force that we all use to make our way through life. But actually, is it the money that we need, or is it what we think that money will give us that's going to make us feel better about whatever it is? So I'm not sure if that really makes sense, but so have a think about, okay, money's a good analogy. Everyone wants a bit more money, don't they? It all would make you feel a little bit more comfortable if your bank balance was a little bit more elevated than maybe what it is. You can say yes to more things. You feel more free, that actually you can go down the shop and you can just buy what you want, and you haven't got to look at your bank account. You don't get that feeling when you look at you get a bill come in that's unexpected, or something goes wrong with your car, or your kids want something, or there's a birthday present to buy, or you just fancy a holiday. How great would it be just to, hey, I'm feeling a bit low, I just might book myself off on a spa retreat somewhere and not have to worry about what the money is. So have a think about what your future not only looks like if you can just go out and buy spa retreats without having to look at your bank balance, but actually how that makes you feel. And it's the feeling, the vibrations that we want to bring into our visualization. So what I did for a client recently, she was really struggling with just getting up in the morning. And I know how she feels, because like I said, you get that initial waking up when you're just out of the dream space and everything feels nice, and then you're brought back into your body and reminded that actually health-wise maybe you're not where you want to be. And that can be a very sobering and very real 3D experience of being human. So I created for her just a little visualization, just a 10-minute meditation that she can listen to in bed, and I've been listening to it myself as well. So if you'd like a copy, let me know, and I can send you one. It's just 10 minutes of me talking. There's no fancy music or anything, but it's just reminding ourselves to be grateful for this day, to expect good things coming in, to look for the joy, because it can be very easy to get sucked down the rabbit hole of things aren't working out for me. And all the work that I do, both for myself, but also for my clients and for anybody else that listens to me, is try to elevate that vibration. So 17 seconds is all that it takes before law of attraction works its magic. So if you spend 17 seconds in the morning worrying about what you're going to do today, or worrying about how you're going to do it, or worrying about how your body's feeling, or worrying about how much money you've got, then law of attraction will bring in more things to worry about. So if we can start the day just by forcing the elevated emotion of gratitude, of joy, of just being excited to be alive. And I've been playing with the idea recently as well, the whole idea of, like, if we're on a healing journey, which I'm assuming everybody who listens to me is, because yeah, that's tend to be what I talk about a lot, then it's here for a reason. And the reason has got to be about learning, has got to be about growth, and really grabbing that lesson and trying to enjoy that lesson is not always easy. And it takes practice. It takes practice of thought to shift that 17 seconds of shifting from this is really rubbish, I hate it, to this is going to take me to where I want to be going, which then brings us back to the visualization of actually getting connected to where you want to be going. So my invitation to you, if you haven't done so already, is to write out a paragraph or an intention of actually what your future life looks like. And I've got my intentions written out on my piece of paper. I've gone through all the things. I wake up, I feel like I'm 10 plus in every area. I'm totally in tune with my body and connect and have conversations constantly. And this is where I want to be. So it's just reminding myself. So speaking it out. So write it out as if it's in the present. Well, write it out in the present tense, and use positive language. So you're not using language like I'm not ill, or I don't have any symptoms. What is the opposite of that? So that's it. I feel vibrant. I feel agile. I feel strong. I'm able to see for miles. I can swallow easily. And I know this is some challenges that people have. I can think clearly. My energy is high. I manage my energy. And maybe it's not, do we want to have excessive energy, or are we happy just to actually, I can manage my energy levels now, and I'm enjoying the quiet time and the me time. And if this health challenge is teaching us anything, what is it teaching us? And I'm ready to learn that lesson. And when we are here in this really quite challenging world, when you think about it, something else I read recently was that the amount of change that is happening for people. So you think in our lifetime, I'm now 53. So in my lifetime, I've gone from not having any internet to not having any mobile phones when we were teenagers. When I was a young 20-year-old, it was like if you were meeting a friend, you just had to phone them up on a landline or write them a letter, send them an email maybe, and then actually turn up when you said you were going to turn up. To now, you can even follow people. You can you can see where they're going using their iPhones, and where they're at, or whether they've got home, whether they haven't got home. The amount of change that's happened in my lifetime is incredible. And the change cycle is speeding up, and you can almost feel it speeding up. And they reckon, I don't know who reckons, I read it somewhere, that actually by the time our sort of babies become 60, what would have taken, like, I don't know, I think it was something like 100 years of change it's 10 years of change will be some like 11 days of change in their lifetime, in their world. So at the moment, our 10 years of change, which feels like it's speeding up, by the time our kids get into their 60s, it's going to be sped up even more. So the amount of change that is going on in our world is off the scale, really. And I think that's part of feeling discombobulated with our nervous system, because we don't really like change very much. We feel safe in the knowing what's coming, knowing what's going on. But actually, as life moves forward, change is more and more inevitable. It is inevitable anyway, but actually it's more extreme. What we're experiencing is more extreme, and we can feel the energies of the planet changing. There's systems that are breaking down. We know we've got a lot of systems that aren't really working, and they're ready to break down. But what does that mean? And that brings a layer of fear up as well. So by using visualization, about focusing on what you want in life, you can head your car, your vehicle, on your path that's moving towards your future that's bright, and keep your focus there, away from the parked cars, away from any other stuff that's going on, the fear mongers that are all out there on all different camps. We've got them on the mainstream news, we've got them on social media. Be frightened of this, worry about this, be scared about this. What happens if we don't have to be scared about anything? What happens if life actually can be really good? All we've got to do is put our focus on where we want to be going. And how do we do that? We do it best by imagining and visualizing where we want to be going. And that's where the journaling comes in. So write it down in detail, what you would like, why you want it, why that's important to you, and how it will make you feel. If you want to go a step further, you can do yourself a nice vision board, put some pictures up there, a little, depending the type of learner that you are, or what really inspires you. You might want to write a letter to your future self, telling you where you're going, or to your past self and remind you how far you've come. And you might want to just put some pictures of some little affirmations, little reminders of where you're going, because it is very easy to get stuck in where you are, and that negative pattern of, oh, life feels hard, and it does sometimes. And the other thing that's also come up for me recently, and I'm still practicing, learning, working out, is actually acknowledging when the feelings come in, whether they're feelings of fear or frustration or anger. I'm even considering going to Lucy B's rage room and smashing some stuff. She's got a local lady who does some rage things, and I don't think I'm an angry person, but I think probably there's some hidden stuff under there which would be of benefit coming out. So if you have got some emotions that are like, what's the word, simpering, I'm going to say simpering, that's not the word, festering underneath, then find a way to let them loose some way. And if you've got a rage room nearby, just might be the ticket to go and smash some stuff and make yourself feel a little bit better. So there we have visualizations, Gina style. Just to repeat, the focus on where you're going, and to enable yourself to do that, then write it down what it is that you want. And if you're struggling with knowing what you want and you're lost and feeling a little bit stuck, then come and see a life coach. Of course, I'm a life coach, but you go and see any life coach. There is more than just me to help you get clear on where you're heading, and then connect into that vision more and more each day. And again, if like the visualization or the meditation that I did for my client, it was only a 10-minute piece, but just record yourself speaking that. So actually, when you wake up in the morning, you first click on your own recording of your own voice, telling yourself, thank you for this day. Thank you for where I'm going. Thank you for the steps that I'm making towards where I want to be going. Let me appreciate more. Let me see more. Let me enjoy more. Let me feel more pleasure. Let me connect with amazing humans. Let me just thank you. Thank you for being on this planet. And just that little rampage of appreciation, Esther Hicks calls it, that we can just notice every day. There's something to be grateful for. There's some little beauty in our world that maybe we didn't see. And just by pausing and taking a moment and going back to our breath work exercise we did at the beginning, if you just allow yourself a breath and notice, actually, look at all the air I've got to breathe. Look how easy it comes into my lungs. And if it doesn't come in easy, be grateful that your body is speaking to you in some way as well. And just allow it to come in a little bit more gentler. Give yourself a little bit more leeway to do things in a different way. Because I think having an illness or some sort of limitations on our bodies, maybe it's not trying to stop us doing something. Maybe it's showing us there's another way to do something. And even that just mindset shift might be enough to think, okay, if I can't do things the way I've always done them, maybe there's a better way. And I'm just not seeing it, and I'm just not allowing myself to see it. So open your mind a little bit about what else is possible. Gosh, I've talked for a long while. Thank you, Irina, for being here. Carol's disappeared off. Is there anything that you would like to add, or no? Okay, cool. In which case, I'll end this session. I'm going to see you shortly. So I run a membership program as well. So if anybody wants to come in and have a more interactive conversation with us, then come and ask me about the membership program, and we can actually get clear on where you're going and help you with some more bespoke sort of advice and visualizations and affirmations and all the things that keep us going and help us moving forward. So I'll take a nice deep breath. Thank you all for being here. And any questions, anything that you would like some support with, just reach out to me. I'm available on Facebook, I'm available on YouTube. Just reach out and we can talk about how to move you forward in the direction that you want to be going in. I shall say goodbye. I shall see you in a little while, Irina, and and see you all next time, which is, oh, I never exactly where it is. It is our next session will be on oh, I can't even get through my calendar now. I don't know what's going on. Okay, the next session will be in 2 weeks' time. It will be the first God, it will be the first Wednesday of September, which is a bit scary, isn't it? It's a bit scary. We're that far through already. So with the idea of things speeding up, remember to take a breath and slow things down a little bit. See you next time.